So the final, well, not final proposal, but one of the final proposals, realistically, in this whole saga has been given by WNBPA, which is a little bit of a concern. It is definitely a little bit of a concern if you are the players, if you're anyone talking about the league, because everybody has thought, okay, the players are not going to get gross revenue share. It's as simple as that. The players are not going to get gross revenue share, and they only gave a minor share. And the maddest thing is that the front office sports basically wrote an article, and part of their logic is basically that it's fine if the WNBA loses money because the NBA owners gain money from their teams. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of that's the justification for the WNBA burning money for the last decade. But look, at the end of the day, this is something that, when it's all said and done, I don't know. I actually don't know if the players sign it, and it's at the stage now where the owners have kind of given their money. They offered the exact same salary cap. They didn't. They genuinely they didn't bump up the salary. So the players want 10 million salary, and the owners want. The players want, and the owners want 5.7 million. I think it's going to be tricky. I think it is going to be very, very tricky, if we're being honest. Yeah, it is. It's a very, very tough scenario because right now, I do in general think that the players. I think it's a risky move to strike, but it's a lot less risky now. It's a lot less risky now to strike than it would be, say, if there was any chance of going up. At the end of the day, I still think the players would be crazy. I still think the players would be absolutely crazy to give up pretty much, for lack of a better way of saying it, to give up a guaranteed, basically guaranteed millionaires. Become guaranteed millionaires. All these players becoming a guaranteed millionaires. I think it's just a really tough scenario because the players are not going to get even remotely close to what they want. And in the owners are willing to risk the league burning down. And it's very clear. Everyone's like, oh no, the owners, there needs to be a season. The owners, this is what it seems like. The owners know there needs to be a season, but it's a season on their terms. If the season's not on their terms, they are fine with literally burning down the league. Because they literally offered housing to players, which is a tiny expense. Which is an absolutely tiny expense. Like, the housing to all players is legitimately like 20k a month? It's like 100k. Because they only have to give studio apartments to players. Anything else is like, okay, if a player doesn't want to live in them, okay, cool. They just have to have it available. At the end of the day, it is like, it's a really weird scenario, and the league basically offered the same scenario right back to the play, or the same. The league had gave their proposal. The players gave their proposal back. The league basically gave the same proposal. So the league did what the players did. And if the players were doing what the league were going to do, the players wouldn't respond. Like, honestly, when it comes down to it, the players wouldn't respond if they wanted to do what the league did to them, which was like when the league basically said your proposal was too similar to the last one, so we're actually not going to even respond. It's really tough. It is really, really tough because there was nothing extra gained. Even if the salary bumped up to 6 million, even if their salary bumped up to 6 million, you could obviously make the when it comes down to it, if it was 6 million, you could basically go and say, okay, maybe we'll get to 7 million salary cap. 6 point something million. If they gave another 500,000 to the salary cap. But at the same time, it's a really, really tough one now for the players to negotiate because they can't try to find a meet in the middle. because there is no meat in the middle right now, because the league are being dead set and like, no, this is what you're getting. And look, the league can absolutely hardball. The league absolutely have the right to hardball, and they can go and hardball. That being said, we're now at a risk because of the league. Everyone's saying the players were unwilling to move, which I do believe there was to an extent that happened, and the players' original goals were original targets weren't realistic. But like, we're now at the stage where there is an absolute break-even point that is way higher than what the league is offering. And this is a break-even point if nothing goes right. Everyone's basically said the players' proposal only works if the Caitlin Clark boom continues. But the owner's proposal, even if it goes back to prior to 2023, without pre-Caitlin Clark, which we all know it's never going back to that, they still profit. So look, there were stages where in these negotiations, I've always said this, I'm on the side of whichever I'll be pro whichever side I feel like is trying to get basketball to be played. I actually think that's the players right now. I think it's the players. We'll see what happens, but at the end of the day, I think it is the owners that are willing to burn down this league more than the players. And I think in a scenario where both sides might want to burn down the league, like we've genuinely got a situation where maybe it is for the best that the WNBA is burnt down, or the WNBA liquidates and gets rebought. If there's some way of, liquidating shares, or the WNBA comes together for the shares and pays back everyone involved and starts from new. I don't know how they can do it. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's a bit of a rough scenario all around, because I don't know what financial way they can fix this. I really don't know what way they can fix this financially, because the 40% deal with the devil that they made, or the 18%, or was it? No, 16%. The 16% deal they made with the devil, ironically, was a really bad deal at the time, but ended up being like that 15% was worth way less. It was worth way less than the money they paid. Like, for 16%, they paid way over the odds. And when it was all said and done, it ended up 10xing from their initial investment. So yeah, all around a bit of a weird scenario. I wonder what way it's going to play out, but I can't see it ending particularly well for the players, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, that is a video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.